Hello there, are we live? Looks like it, but I'm not seeing you there, so I'll wait just a minute and make the proper usual operation right over here. Yes. And yes, operation is done. And we will begin. Thank you very much for watching this when you came. Today I'm going to talk about what will it take? What will it take for our purpose to be real? For our purpose to take hold onto our life experience? And I should begin with acknowledging this utmost truth. This is a truth that no people, no theory, no philosophy can dismantle, which is this: I don't know. I really don't know what will it take. This is the truth. Nobody knows. In concrete, specific, real, enlivened terms, applied to your life, to your own situation, nobody knows. Only God will tell. Only you will create and find out. What we do know for sure is that living is subject to certain types of regularities, experiences, patterns that we humans have tried since the dawn of being, since the dawn of human civilization, understand in a way that make us thrive and evolve over time. And so that is the challenge here. How can we understand uh, from the inside out as much as with access to external sources like history, like anthropology, like psychology, philosophy, religion, spirituality, whatever ality, whatever science branch of knowledge, of human knowledge we may find, to make some sense of this great mystery that we call life, that we call living, that we call being here and now, with the ability like no other species has to perceive and interpret and generate meaning around our own life experience. How do we do this? This is a major, not to say another word, this is a major challenge. Big challenge. The challenge that was tackled by many of the greatest minds who ever set a foot on this planet. And they tried to convey us their own truths, their own experiences, their own meaning distillances, so to speak. People like Plato, Aristotle, Winston Churchill, Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, Viktor Frankl, and many countless others. Eckhart Tolle, Wayne Dyer, Dan Rudyard. I can make the rest of the transmission just putting names forward, but you get the picture. The idea is we must strive for things that make sense into our paths, for sure, but we can't put our foot in the same soil. We can breathe the same air. We can drink the same water those other great human beings uh, have drinked, have put the foot, and they have conquered with their own struggle, their own victories and defeats. So we must try in some way make our own footing. And so, what will it take? Only you know, only God knows, but we all can access those answers for our own lives, and we can create those answers for sure. So, making this big remark, and thank you so much for coming, Julieta. One more time, I'm seeing you, João already. Thank you very much for stopping by. Please comment, make your own questions, your suggestions, remark, bring your own assets, your own wisdom, your own richness into this, because it's much more fun and much more easy to do so. So please do it. The thing is, if we look at the main people in the history of humanity that try to grapple purpose, to come across with some sense of it, they all say the same. They said, please look at virtue, please try to make things work in practice, not only in theory. Please look at the major principles of life, whatever they may be, no matter what branch of knowledge, science, religion, philosophy, no matter what is the area, the subject, please try to find principles that are general and that apply every single time beyond the individuals that are trying to make sense of it. Doesn't matter where do you find those principles. You can find those principles in politics, in sociology, in sports, in religions, like we've said, in arts, in what, no matter what branch of human endeavor, we can find those principles and apply it to generate meaning every single day. So, this is one of the things that I want to stress here. Please try to find your own pearls of wisdom in whatever endeavor you may have. No matter if you are a scientist, if you're a housekeeper, karateka, athlete, financial auditor, manager, CEO, president of a country, no matter what type of activity, area, or arena you may find yourself, you will have plenty opportunities to observe life, discern patterns, see the lessons from the inside out, from what you are. So bring self-awareness into it, for sure. It's completely unavoidable. Gnoti selton, like the ancient Greeks said, please know yourself, and then you'll know all the rest. That's where their secret, their big secret outside the gates of the temple, of their big temple, was know yourself. If you know yourself, you know the universe. This is the main lesson of all the ancient philosophies. Know yourself and you will know the universe. For sure, if you need to fulfill, to achieve your purpose in the here, in the now, if you need to create some sort of work, you need to do it with the tools that are needed in this context. And they get very technical, for sure. You may need to do some programming. You need to be skilled at talking, reading, being proficient in the arts of management, leadership, organizing stuff, hierarchical abilities, or just making a piece of art, a painter, a sculpture. What is your craft? You need to address, consider, and dominate the tools of your craft, for sure. If that's the purposeful appeal, calling that you are having into your life, so you need to dominate the tools of it. Yes? Grasping and dancing with that and your own self-awareness, your own connectivity from the inside out, before connecting with others, connecting with yourself, connecting with your own interests. I'm repeating this one transmission after the other. Connecting with your own interests, passions, skills, capabilities, talents, gifts. Yes, gifts. Gifts are the top of the mountain. Because a gift is like something that we have natural flux in doing so. And we know some people are more gifted than others in some fields, and we can acknowledge that it's completely different for me to punch people than for Muhammad Ali to do so, because it's a different gift. Like for Messi to kick a ball, or for me, it's completely different. And for sure, it can be different for me speaking in front of an audience, and some other people who prefer to work with their hands, for instance, to make beautiful sculptures or paintings or whatever. We all have our own forces to acknowledge, to reckon with, to apply into real stuff that brings that commitment, that union between our own vision, our dreams, and our ability to make those into reality. The fulfillment that brings us at the end of the day, when you get home or when you stop working. If you, of course, we are at home right now, we are quarantined or social isolated. To be more specific, for the many of us, we must make the closing of the day, and then we can acknowledge ourselves. How does this make me feel? How do I get a sense of it? Is this representing me, the best of me? Is this, or can I change something? Can I adjust? I'm in the right path. Okay, it's not perfect, but I'm in the right path, or I'm building the arc of my life in a sense that makes me feel fulfilled, or something isn't quite right. Like Steve Jobs said, I get up in the morning, I went to the mirror, washing my face, and every single day I'm feeling I'm not okay. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to have that meeting. I don't want to do that thing. What's going on? Only us, only you can tell. Only you can tell into your life what's going on. Steve Jobs said, if you have a sequence of days feeling down, something is missing or something is not quite right, and I'll need to address it. I'll need to look at myself and see, okay, what's happening? What adjustments do I need to make? Or is there something in the pillars of my life, in the more deep structures, that need to be addressed? Do I need some help, some people, some expert for doing so? That's the thing. We should need to put our feet on the ground, heads on the sky for sure, but feet on the ground, and understand how will I deal with the practicalities as well as the philosophies that make me feel alive, that bring me joy, that bring me fulfillment. That's the thing we must cherish and nurture, in my perspective at least. But what will it take? What will it take? Only you can tell. Only you can tell, my dear friends. What will it take for you? What will it take for you to feel blessed, fulfilled, energized, even in dealing with obstacles? What will it take in you to take yourself off the ground when you fall? Yes, because it's completely different. The type of effort, the energy needed to do so, if we are doing our own thing, or if we are playing the wrong game, if we are playing the game set to us by other interests that they are not our own. I don't know what type of interest that may be in your life. Were they the family interests when you were born and raised? I don't know. It was the friends, influence, society, community, village, your neighborhood. I don't know. Your friends? Only you can say. Only each and every one of us can tell. And it's a challenge. And please ask your questions if you want to. Bring some questions. If not for you, for that old friends that need to have an answer. Because you may not feel at ease, or you don't have your questions, but you know that person, that neighbor, that friend that has that question. Bring the question into your comments. I will try to answer to the best of my ability. The main thing is, will take the same things that have taken since the dawn of humanity. Purpose is an all-around game for us humans, people. Since the type of Plato, then the Stoics, then the schools of Vienna type of people like Freud, like Jung, like Adler, like Frankl. Those guys, those very bright and special people that devote their lives learning, studying, researching, and testing, putting to the ground all the theories and all the practices of purpose. Those guys basically said the same thing. Guys and gals, of course. They basically said the same thing. Purpose is a full contact game between us and life. You will get punched in the face, but then you need to understand the whys and hows and whats of the game according to your own makeup. Don't try to climb a tree if you are a fish, like the story said. Look at yourself, look at your traits. What type of climbing do you need to make? Is it a tree? Is it a mountain? No climbing at all because you are a sea, you are a fish, you don't need to climb trees nor mountains. What is the thing? So they all say the same thing. Look at the fundamentals, look at the main principles of life, look at the virtues of do the right thing for you and for others, because if you don't do the right thing, you will get busted in one way or the other. Because if you manage to escape, you will deprive yourself of building a character, and sooner or later you will get sidetracked. You will have problems. You will get challenges that are unsurmountable until you have to stop. And this is one thing. The other thing is to understand what are the bigger laws of life, the bigger laws, principles that apply to every single human endeavor. What are they? What are they? So, this is very important. Another thing is you need to try and test things. You don't think it through every single time to the beginning until the end. Like the full contact sport with life that purpose is, you need to test and try, act, reflect, like we have told. And the big lessons of life came not from reading books, not from listening Julio or some other people, but from you getting a sense of what you are and putting that into practice. Julio, books, other professionals, purpose-driven specialists, experts, teachers, coaches, consultants, trainers, whatever, they can have proficiency in changing angles, perspectives, show you mirrors for you to acknowledge yourself, and you doing the thing you need to do. Beyond that, it's completely up to you. Even with structured processes, with degrees carefully crafted for you to go from point A to point B, C, D, E, until the end, all of it is just it's like those little wheels on a bicycle when you are learning how to ride it. Of course, we all need mentors, we all need references, but in the end, we are the ones pedaling the bike. No one can do it for us. In the end, even Mourinho, the great coach, they can put the best tactic in the world, but the players, and we are the players of our own purpose, of course, we score the goals, or we avoid the goals from the other team, to use some basic metaphor from soccer, of course, because that's what life is. Life is putting us to the test in order for us to be the very best we can be in this big school, planet school. Like I like to think about it. I like to think about Earth like a big Planet School, in which we all, and I'm not the only one, of course, this is a major idea across many theories, philosophies, and people around times, that we need to learn some lessons, maybe teach some lessons to one another, and not only the teachers. We all teach lessons to one another. We can learn major, incredible lessons with people that doesn't even give a damn about what we are learning, just for having a reaction towards them and then towards us, and then we interpret that reaction, and then we unlock some sort of lesson or power that allow us to go forward. That's the way it is. And other times we do that for others. It's the reverse practice. Of course, there is another responsibility for the people who allow ourselves or to put ourselves forward in order to say, "Hey, people, please look at me. I can help you. Go check my work. Go check." This is another responsibility, of course, and that is the books and the classes and the lectures and the trying and testing and being an example, walk the talk, do whatever it takes to be the real deal. Of course, that's the responsibility of it. Yes, and of course, also some of the issues in the personal human development space is that proving and showing that you are the real deal, it's not so direct to do so. It's not like in sports, in that you achieve a mark or not. You show your proficiency in more direct terms or not, because there is some level of expertise that can be hidden among other layers, like the marketing layer, the self-promoting layer, the reputation layer, what other people say or don't say about you, about the type of cycles that you're in, the people you know or don't know, if you step some lines with some other hot shots or not, all these things. And because we live in society, we know these things can make or break some paths in some ways or the others. But the main recommendation is always the same: taste it. Taste life in every way. Taste the people who can help you. Taste the people who may not help you, of course, but you need to taste it. How do you taste it? Creating some sort of proficiency yourself on the subject that you need to have it. Get some books about purpose. Go find a library. There is a lot of books about purpose. Go check the main references. Make your own research. Make your own investigation. Understand what is needed to have proficiency on your own understanding. Don't buy into all that is written just because it's written in a book or just because something said it. Go check yourself. So that is one other remark I would like to make about what will it take for you to live, to get your purpose to the best of your ability, to get into this school of life with the optimized chances of those lessons being delivered to you, of you have the very best of life. Because at the end, that's all there is. How will we make our lives the very best they can be in whatever context we may have? How can we make this moment a little bit better than the previous one? And the next moments, how can we make those to the very best they can be? Well, I believe trying to be the best right now, and not the theoretical, philosophical best, but in the perfectionist type of best, but the best I can have, the best I can give right now to life. How can I deal with life now in a way that makes me feel completely alive to begin with. And how can I go and take that to make some sort of a difference according to my own understanding of what making a difference is, of what making a legacy can be, of what contributing to the goodness in me and others. How? So, my question for you, my dear friend, is what will it take for you? What will it take? Can you answer something? What do you think will it take? Right this moment, what will it take? Is it watching this? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for you finding watching this live part of you living your purpose. Thank you so much. But then, what is reading that book that you are watching in the shelf, looking at you, and that you feel okay. That's now it's the time for me to grab the book. Right? What will it be? Only you can tell. Listen to your voice, your inner, small, still voice. Give it attention and do it. And of course, if life purpose is a full contact game with life, you need to be in contact with life for sure. Most and foremost, above any other thing, in my own understanding of what will it take for me to live your life purpose and for me to live my life purpose, is to listen to my own voice, trust my own instincts, intuitions, perceptions, assessing my own inner state. Am I balanced? Am I in harmony with all there is? Starting with that, and then go forward. So, my dear friends, I will begin to finish this live right now. Please comment, make your questions. I'm not seeing any questions, but maybe you don't have them right now, or you are already enlightened and you don't need to ask. Just kidding. Please feel free to put a comment, send me a private message here on the platform, or send me an email to julio@juliobarroco.com. And now I see a comment from the usual commenter, Julieta, getting over fears. I need an uppercut. We all need, my dear, we all need some uppercuts sometimes. Oh yes, I can assure you. Sometimes, but that's our life teaches. Of course, I can relate with that because I have a background in martial arts, like some of you may know. I have a background in martial arts, in karate. I've made competition. I've spent some years there, and it's like Mike Tyson said at the time. He said that we all have a plan until we get punched in the face. And yes, life punches in the face, and it can mess our plans for sure. And it can mess our own ideas of what we are. I'm being a little bit messed at the moment with some opportunities coming my way, and I'm trying to make sense of how to deal, how to manage my own path of purpose. Yes, being the real deal, or trying to be the real deal, trying to walk the talk, trying to be an example, and getting the full grasp of those opportunities at the same time. Getting myself grounded, keeping myself grounded, one foot in front of the other, going towards those, and feeling somewhat shaken by life in doing so. So I can understand what you're saying, Julieta. Yes, fears are part of the process. I'm dealing with fears myself at this moment. Yes. How will it take? Am I up to that specific opportunity? How can I manage those with other areas of life? How can it turn out? Of course, I have some tools, and you must have some also because you've been watching these lives, and we have a lot of lives right now because we are in our 32 live at this time. So you already have a lot of tools by now. I believe so. I hope so because we have beyond 19 hours of content. And although I do repeat some key point, some pillars of my own ideas around this, it's a wealth of content. So we can pick different things in order to change perspective, look at the different angles, etc., etc. Like I told you. But the thing is, fear is part of the deal. Fear is can be, if we take it in the most enlightened way, so to speak, in the most positive way, creative way. Fear is a signal that we are living in the edge of our ability, and that's very nice. That's very nice because we are testing ourselves. We are putting our asses, sorry, we are putting our asses onto the stage, onto the front stage of life, and we are dealing with the challenge, and we are sensing the challenge. That's one of the reasons that I went to karate, martial arts, many years ago, was to face and overcome my own fears. Was because I had fears, I was insecure, kind of kids, and I needed to go towards environments when I had the opportunity to make myself face those fears. And karate was a perfect spot for that. But in reality, when we grow up, every arena, like I've told, every area, every place, every job, every opportunity, every project, every company is an opportunity, is a spot, is the perfect spot for us to face our own fears, the fears of being the very best we can be. And let me tell you, my friends, there is no bigger challenge, and you know this, you know it. There is no bigger challenge in life for us to be ourselves, for us to be what we already are. There is no bigger challenge. There is no hard task in this world. No harder task is that the one in you choose to be whatever you are. But it's the most blessed task that you can have. And only you can do it. Only I can be Julio, only you can be Julieta, only each and every single one of us watching this can be whatever you are. We are. So, my dear friends, thank you very much for stopping by, for watching this live or later. Please keep striving for purpose, keep going towards the best of who you are. Kisses. See you tomorrow. Take care.